What's what's the player I'm most excited to watch in the NFL this week? You know what? I'm excited to watch Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton is still one of the best players. I'm interested to see if Josh Allen can keep it going. I'm also interested to see Nick Chubb. But I'll say this. I'm interested to see Cam Newton because I think that Lamar Jackson couldn't get it done. And I think Cam Newton will get it done. What Bill Belichick and his weird coaching philosophy this season, trying to prove he can do it without Brady. He's a brilliant defensive mind. I think he's going to outcoach Andy Reid because Andy Reid is, it comes to Bill Belichick, he's like, hey, I got all these rings, and Andy Reid got one ring, and he went up against Pete Carroll, who's got one ring, and he went up against whoever else, and all these coaches who got one ring. They played the Raiders, and Gruden, he's got one ring, and you look over there, and Belichick's got all the rings. So I know they lost to Seattle, but I'm excited to see Cam Newton because this is the week we're going to find out who Cam is. Now, Cam Newton was on the market for a reason. Maybe they were right about him because he proved that he couldn't stay healthy. And I don't know, because now we had one insane. The first game, he looked incredible. And then he came out and played another game and went up to Seattle and threw for 400 yards. And, he was like, they lost, but Cam Newton might be back. And then he played the Raiders and was like, okay. He threw it in the triple covered. He threw a pick, and he looked like he couldn't get the ball down the field. And maybe he's banged up now after 2 weeks in. And will we see another 170-yard passing day from Cam Newton? Which, if they win, what can you say about it? But they did run the ball because John Gruden couldn't stay out of his own way. And he's just like, you know what? I'm not going to let Cam Newton throw the ball. I'm not going to let Cam Newton beat us. So they just ran the ball with Belichick because he doesn't care what you do. John Gruden makes a decision before, and I think that's the difference between Belichick and the rest of these coaches. Okay, John Gruden came in a meeting and said, no matter what, we're not going to let Cam Newton pass for 400 yards. Great move, John Gruden. They only ran it for 300 yards. Okay, and then on the flip side, Andy Reid, I don't know what he's going to say. We're not going to let him run it. So if I had my pick, they'll probably throw it and run it. But I'm interested to see Cam Newton because if they win, they will be, 3-1, and I like to see what Belichick can do. I don't say I hate. I just don't like Tom Brady so much. Now that Cam Newton's the quarterback, I find myself rooting for the Patriots because they didn't have a shot, and because Tom Brady's touted as the GOAT, and I know he's not the GOAT. So now let's see what Cam Newton could go in there and do. And then keep in mind, Brady, they just fell short. It wasn't like they had a horrific season. They just fell short. And so I'm interested to see that. But, I'm really interested to see Nick Chubb. And I'm also interested to see if Aldon Smith can, be who he is because he was jumping off the screen. I know he's out of shape because he hasn't played in a while. So we knew that. But I'm just interested to see if he can just, dump Baker on his head a couple times. The world is always a better place when Baker Mayfield gets dumped on his head 2 or 3 times on Sunday, whether they win or lose. I love it because I don't like Baker. I don't like his smug face. I don't like his right. His right. He feels like he's right. And they did the Heisman Trophy commercial, and I forgot Murray won a Heisman. Nobody remembers him winning a Heisman, but we remember Baker, and the Baker's in it, and we're just like, he doesn't belong in that commercial with probably arguably one of the better cover corners, the best. What is he, second to Deion? And you make an argument that Woodson was just, Charles Woodson was better. He was better than Deion Sanders, which is insane. He's got the stacked up numbers right next to Deion Sanders, man. One of the best to ever do it. Probably number 2. I'm always going to put Deion Sanders first. But you could make the argument and you could say he had a better career. He finished the Heisman. He won the Heisman. Yeah, that's crazy. He won the Heisman, so I don't know. But I'm interested to see. That's my time, man. Follow me on Instagram, Best Podcast 2020. I'm out.